Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we are talking Empties, and there's a surprising amount of stuff in here given that, I don't know, I don't feel like I've been using as much stuff because I've been staying at home for 4 weeks now. But it looks like there's plenty, so let's just dive right in. The first thing on top is a bunch of face masks by PMD, yeah, just the two of them. So PMD is that personal microderm abrasion thing that looks like sort of a face gun type thing, and it's supposed to, like, I don't know, like energize the collagen in your face. I don't really remember. I didn't actually feel like the PMD did anything for me, but it came with these sheet masks, and I actually did really like these sheet masks. These are the Recovery Anti-Aging Collagen Infusing Sheet Masks, and they're a little bit cumbersome to put them on. Actually, they have like two outer peel things and then the mask is in the middle, and I felt like those were a little bit strange, but once I got the mask on my face, it covered so much of my face that it was a little bit weird to move my face around. Like, there was really just a tiny slit for your mouth and then for your eyes, but I actually feel like it really suctioned onto my face very well, even though it wasn't one of those biocellulose formulas, which is what I prefer because I feel like those are the best. But even though it wasn't a biocellulose format, it actually did adhere really well to my face, and I feel like it actually worked on my face. So I like these, even though I thought the PMD itself did absolutely nothing. Okay, a pair of false lashes here that have just, you know, seen better days. These are the Kiss Blowout Lashes in the style Pompadour. I use these fairly consistently, I would say, for almost a year. Probably easily got like 20 uses out of them, but they've just sort of started to give up the ghost and they're losing their shape, so I'm done with these. I do highly recommend Kiss lashes. I think they're phenomenal, and I especially like ones in the Blowout series. Another face mask in here. This one is the Life brand Nourishing Facial Sheet Cream Mask. Purple Orchid and, whoa, that is a word I've never seen before. Glutathione? Glutathione. I don't know how else to say that. I don't remember using this. Cream sheet mask makes me think that I probably didn't enjoy it. I don't really smell anything off of this because I don't love sheet masks that just have too much goo in them and don't like stick on the face very well. This is really sad. This is not a review of this. I don't remember using it. I did use it in the last 2 months, but I've got a Thayers Witch Hazel aloe vera formula toner here. This one is the lavender one, and I think the lavender one is my favorite out of the ones that they make. It's a toner. It's nice. I think it does its job. I use this after I get out of the shower and before I start applying my serum and my moisturizer. But I don't know why people rave about these as much as they do. Like, when this first came to Canada, people were losing their minds. I got so many messages about Thayers products when I first started posting about them on Instagram a few years ago, and I couldn't believe how many people cared about this brand. I think it's good, but I don't know why people are freaking out about it. So while I enjoy them and I will use up the other ones that I have, I'd probably still go back to my Aveeno toner because that's my favorite one. But I mean, this one's fine. Ah, nail polish remover. Always going through these quickly, I feel like, or at least other people seem to think I am. This is the Quo nail polish remover. It's the regular one. It's my favorite one. I do not love the strengthening one, and I don't love the nourishing one. The regular one is where it's at for me. Man, this must have taken a while to get through because I don't remember even hauling this recently. So this is the Biore Deep Cleansing Pore Strips. And I always buy the ones for the nose because I feel like they actually work the best for removing gunk from your face everywhere. For whatever reason, I feel like the nose ones are actually just stronger at pulling stuff out, because I've used the forehead and the chin ones that are really just straight across, and I don't actually feel like they work as well as the nose ones. So I always use the nose ones but still apply it like on my chin and on my nose. I love Biore. I've been using them for so long. Like, when they first came out, I feel like in the 90s, and it was fascinating to pull it off and see all the gunk that was in your pores. So I've been using them since then, and I still pick them up whenever I run out. I think they're fantastic. But again, I always grab the nose ones, and whichever one seems to indicate that they're extra strength. This one doesn't, oddly. Wonder if they changed them and now there's only like one type of strength. Anyway, love Biore pore strips. I have a face mask here that was recently in my project pan, and I did finish it up at the time, but I'm gonna mention it in my empties. This is the Body Shop Chinese Ginseng and Rice Clarifying Polishing Mask. This whole thing is all done at this point, which makes me very happy. And I do really like the scent of it. It's herbal, I guess, but refreshing. Anyway, I really did enjoy the polishing mask. I feel like it reacted on my face and gave me a little bit of a tingly feeling, which I appreciate when I'm doing a face mask. It just makes me feel like something is working. And then I always felt like my face was slightly retextured when taking this off. Just not like too much, I guess, really. It's not like a drastic change, but it just felt a little bit resurfaced or refinished. So I did really enjoy this. Man, I got another face mask in here. Can you tell I've just been at home using face masks? It's like the only thing that I'm really doing that's remotely interesting from a beauty perspective while I'm at home. This is the Boscia Charcoal Pore Pudding Intensive Wash Off Treatment. I just mentioned this in my favorites, and I've got another one in my cupboard right now because I was able to pick up minis of these from like Sephora Point Perks, I think it was. Anyway, this is Dead Empty. Love the smell of it. Slightly minty, kind of charcoaly. This one's a lot of fun to use too because the white and the black mix together when you're putting it on your face and transform into like a dark gray shade. But it's another good one that just feels good on the skin. So I finished this one up, but I've got another one and I'll be going through that one soon. I've got a moisturizer here, and this was my last day moisturizer in my cupboard. So I've actually been using like a night cream on my face, and I will use that daily until I run out of it before I actually go out and purchase another moisturizer again. But this is the Nivea Essentials Urban Skin Defense Day Moisturizer with SPF 20 in it. I finished this one up, I think it was like last week, and it smells nice, it works nice, but I do feel like it has a tendency to ball up a little bit on my face if I apply too much. So I would say like use very little of this when you're applying it to your face. You can't tell really, but it does have a green cast to the product, which was really funny. If there was too much on my face and I just happened to rub my face a little bit, it would ball up, and then anything that was on my fingers was slightly green tinged, but you couldn't really see a green tinge on your face. Anyway, I like this, but I don't think I would purchase it. This was originally sent to me in PR. I like Nivea, don't get me wrong, but there are other products I prefer just a little bit more, even though this one was nice to use up. I have two makeup removers here, which is strange, but one of them is a little bit frustrating. So this is the Marcel Gentle Makeup Remover for Sensitive Eyes. It's my absolute favorite eye makeup remover ever. And I accidentally bought a whole bunch of minis when I thought they were full size. I was buying online. I didn't look at the actual volume. I just looked at the price tag and was like, oh, that's a great deal. Snapped up a whole bunch and made a huge mistake. Anyway, I finished up one of these. I don't know which one it was, but the other one, when I went to go grab it from my cupboard, was empty. There was no product in it. I mean, it had like a little bit of oil residue left at the bottom, and I was like, well, did I use it up and I put it back in the cupboard without realizing it? But no, it still had the wrapper top around it, like it still had the seal. So I was like, what the hell? And then I think I looked at the bottom of it and there was like a little bit of a hole in one of them and all the product had leaked out. But it's still strange because there was no pool of product in my cupboard. So where did the product go? I have no idea, but the seal was still on. I mean, I've torn it off now because I was trying to figure out what the hell was going on with this product. Anyway, that's bizarre. Never seen that happen before, but this is my absolute favorite eye makeup remover and I buy these all the time. I got through a foundation. This was also part of my project pan, and this is the INGLOT HD Perfect Coverup Foundation. I have the shade 71, yep. And I loved this so much. I do feel like towards the end of its lifespan, because I think I'd had it for about 2 years maybe, it wasn't wearing as nicely as it had initially worn, but the first year that I had this was flawless. It was so nice to wear on the face. It gave me a perfect finish. It says perfect cover up, and it is perfect, I would say, but it's not too cakey looking, which I appreciate. And I would absolutely repurchase this again, but I have so many foundations that I need to get through right now, so I won't be picking it up anytime soon. But I do recommend this because I think it is one of the better medium to full coverage foundations that don't make you look like a cake face. So I love INGLOT to pieces. I've always supported them, and I would definitely buy this one again, just not right at the moment. I have a mini of the Bioderma Micelle Solution, the H2O, Sensibio H2O one. I bring this with me whenever I'm going on vacation just because I don't like bringing an enormous bottle of my cell solution. So I do go through these relatively quickly when I'm on vacation. I just like how compact the bottle is, so I keep bringing one of these as opposed to just depotting for my bigger containers, because I do always buy like the 500 ml ones. Love this to pieces. This is the best micelle solution out there. I will not purchase any other ones because nothing compares to this one. I have a finished perfume in here, which is very exciting to me because I feel like it doesn't happen that often. This is the La Vanilla Grapefruit perfume, and this is my second bottle of this. Oh, I love the smell of this so much. So yeah, it's the second bottle that I've ever gone through, and this one was starting to get a little bit old, and I had busted it out in September through October because that's generally when I wear this scent, mostly because it reminds me of visiting Prague with my friend Kat back, it could be 6 or 7 years ago now, and I just wore this perfume every day that we were there, and I became intoxicated with wearing it during those months because that's when we were traveling. And I pulled it back out this past fall, and by the time October ended, I think I was like roughly here, and I was like, hey, the bottle's getting kind of old, you should really just go ahead and finish it. And I wore this sucker through September, October, November, and through to December, and I don't think it was even done then, and I had to finish it off. Well, wait, we're in April now. What am I talking about? Yeah, I must have worn it through January and February as well, and then finally finish it up at some point in March. It took forever to finish off the end of this sucker, which was a little bit frustrating because I just wanted to move on to other scents that I had, but I was so determined to finish it that I just kept going. Anyway, I do really love this. I would consider repurchasing it, but I've got a lot of perfume right now and I don't really want to buy anything more. But man, the smell of this makes me so happy. It's kind of thick, it's quite cloying, it's heavy, but damn do I ever love it. I have a finished lip balm here, which makes me very happy too. This is the Bite Beauty Agave Plus Nighttime Lip Therapy, and I finished this just this past week. This is one of my absolute favorite nighttime lip balms. This one in particular works so much better for me than the previous iteration did because I had another potted lip balm like this and it just didn't react well on my lips, and I don't know what was in it that was different than this one. But this one is an absolute savior and I love it so freaking much. As soon as I got this in PR, I started using it, I think, nightly, and I was absolutely taken by just how good this thing is. I would absolutely pick this back up again and purchase it with my own money as opposed to getting it from PR, but I've got so much lip balm right now. I must have like 10 tubes of different Bite and Tarte and maybe Nivea lip balms that I have to get through before I get anything else, but I do highly recommend this and I'm really sad that I've finished it. I have one of these Clinique Take the Day Off cleansing balms here. This was probably a point perk or a sample from Sephora. It's fine. I mean, they work. It's a cleansing balm, so it's quite thick and slightly waxy in here, but you scoop some out and you rub it on your eyes and it kind of liquefies and turns into an oil. I think they're great for travel because you're not worried about liquid sloshing all over the place, but I don't love using them when I'm just at home. If I'm at home and I've got access to all of my regular products, I would much rather use like a full-on cleansing oil as opposed to a balm, but I do think that this has a place for me when I'm traveling. So it's handy, but it's not something that I would ever pick up because like even the full size is much larger than this, and this one's perfect for travel, but the bigger size would be. Okay, this is one that I didn't know if I should include in here because it's not really an empty, but it's a product that kind of failed from a packaging perspective, and I kind of want to mention it because I have to throw this tube out. So this is the Milk Makeup Bronzing Stick. I don't know what shade it is because it's not on here, but I made the mistake of spiraling it back down after I'd used it and clicked it in the wrong direction, and then it refused to roll back up. Like it just flat out would not do it. And I tried to get my husband to like repair it, and he drilled a hole in here and tried to figure out the mechanism for it, and he like Googled it too and couldn't come up with a way to repair this thing. So what I ended up doing was I took all of the product out and put it in a little tub container that I am sure that I will absolutely forget to use. But I didn't want to waste the product because this stupid little mini size cost me $20 freaking, which is just wild. So I haven't used it up, but I've used the packaging up. And I just wanted to mention that if you get one of these tiny milk makeup things and you twizzle it back down, do not twizzle it too far, because if you snap it the wrong way, it will not go back up. And I was so annoyed and so frustrated that I thought I should mention it to other people to like save you the heartache of busting your packaging. Because I know that now that I've depotted it and put it in like this stupid little tub, I'm never gonna use it, which is just sad. I have some nail polish in here. First, a top coat that I rave about all the time. This is the Sèche Vive top coat. I say this every single time, but not everybody clocks onto this. This is Sèche Vive, V-I-V-E. It is not the same as Sèche Vite, which is V-I-T-E. Sèche Vite comes in like a clear bottle, Sèche Vive comes in a blue bottle, and Sèche Vive in the blue bottle, which is this one, is the best thing ever. It doesn't shrink your polish. It causes practically bulletproof nail polish for me for an entire week. I've had this polish on for almost a week now, and there are no chips whatsoever, which is just phenomenal. It works with practically every polish that I own. This is something that I always have in stock and always have like backups of. So Sèche Vive, not Vite, is the best nail polish top coat as far as I'm concerned. And then I've got a few other polishes here that I finished up. The first one here is the Essence Gel Polish in the shade Ice Cream Party. It's all mixed up now, so it's kind of hard to see, but it got down to like about this level, you know, the part where the brush really can't get anymore. So I just decided to get rid of it because it's pointless when it gets to that level. This is a beautiful color. I don't know if they make it anymore, but I love this one so much. And the other one I have here is one of these Mary Kay New Blue polishes. And this one, it's funny, it gets shaken up so it looks like it's a brand new bottle, but I assure you this thing is dead empty. This is my absolute favorite nail polish color ever. I have like I think 4 or 5 more bottles of it from lovely people who sent them to me from their collections. And when I run out, I'm going to be so sad because this was part of a limited edition collection from like 2 or 3 years ago. But there's something about the tone of this particular blue polish on my nails that I just find so appealing. So I've run through another bottle. This is probably my 3rd or my 4th that I finished up, but I've still got a few more bottles that, you know, I'm going to be using throughout the years. Another face mask in here. This is the Boscia Luminizing Black Mask. It is a peel-off mask, which is so... so good. Is there anybody out there who doesn't like a peel-off mask? I just love pulling that layer off of my face after it's dried. Did I notice it doing anything in particular to my face? No, not especially, but I did really enjoy the practice of pulling off that layer of dried... Sound like an accident. I think everyone's okay. But I did really enjoy the aspect of just pulling off that second layer. So for me, that's what a peel-off mask is really there for, just to be entertaining when you peel it off. But I don't think my face really noticed any difference from like any of the like ingredients in this. One of my favorite products. I have the MAC Prep and Prime for lips here. I think this is the one, yeah, I kept this one at the office. I can tell because I've really dug into it. And this is basically a lip primer. I've mentioned before that I really suffer when I use bullet lipsticks, matte or cream formulas, doesn't matter what it is. I always get lip line bleed out and I cannot stand that look. This is the only thing that stops my lip line from bleeding out when I'm wearing lipstick. So I put this on first, let it dry for about 2 minutes when it starts to go a little bit tacky, and then I'll apply my lipstick. And the lipstick will stay in place for hours and not bleed out, and it just feels better overall. I go through these all the time. This is probably like my 10th tube of this. I've got another one in my work makeup bag, which I actually recently just filmed what's in my work makeup bag, so I'll link to that down below. And I've got another one in my regular makeup collection here at home. They're an absolute lipstick savior for me. I have an Empties serum here by the Inky List. This is their hyaluronic acid serum. And my understanding of hyaluronic acid is that it's supposed to help moisturize your face. And I don't really feel like it did one way or the other, to be honest. I always apply a serum and then a moisturizer on top of it. So I feel like them working together worked out really well. But I don't know if I can attribute the moisturizing properties to just this, because I feel like moisturizer, oh, I got something like cat hair on my face or something. I feel like a moisturizer always does way more than a serum does. So while I didn't have any inherent problems with this and using it with my moisturizers, I can't say that this actually made my face any more moisturized than what the moisturizer would have done by itself. So it was fine to use, but it's not something I would pick up again. One of my favorite lip balms. This one is by Tarte. It's their Quench Lip Rescue Balms. This one is in the shade Clear, and it's completely done. Will not roll up anymore. I love these so much. I have about 4 more in my collection right now in different colors. I'm out of the clear one, which is unfortunate because it's just nice to throw on as you go. But these are freaking amazing. They are so hydrating. They look so glossy on the lips. Like, they actually make your lips look extra plump, which is nice. They're my favorite thing to travel with when my lips get dehydrated while I'm traveling. I have these on hand all the time. They're expensive. They are so expensive because I think they're like, is it 25 Canadian? I don't care. They're worth it. Like, and that's a struggle for me to say about a lip balm that does not last that long, because these are pretty malleable and you will go through them relatively quickly if you're using them regularly, but I don't care. They are worth the price tag. These are the best on-the-go lip balms for me, and I will always have them on hand. I have a brow pencil here. This is the IT Cosmetics Brow Power in the shade Universal Taupe. Finished this up, I think, a few weeks ago now, and I've got like 3 or 4 more backups in my collection. This is just my favorite brow pencil to create the little flicks of hair at the beginning of my brow and then create the bottom line of my brow. Somehow the shade Universal Taupe works for me on my brows with my blonde hair, but it seems to work on people with black hair too. Don't understand how that works, but it really is a universal color, and I go through these all the time. It really is a staple in my makeup collection. And lastly, I have a lash glue here by Kiss. This is their Strip Adhesive Lash Glue. I like this because it does have a brush on it, so you can just brush it onto the lash band. And I've really fallen in love with the Kiss lash adhesive. I used to use the House of Lashes one, but something changed in their formula and I started to react to it. And although I have another one in my collection right now, I'm concerned about using it because I've been using the Kiss one for about a year now, and this one just works perfectly well. So I'll probably be sticking with Kiss from now on. I am using another one by Kiss because I had a backup in my collection, and I just really enjoy it. It feels comfortable. It doesn't react poorly with my eyelashes or my lash line, and it keeps my lashes in place. So, oh, it's latex free. I wonder if that's the thing. I don't have a latex allergy, but I feel like things around your eyes can be more sensitive to things, and I wonder if the House of Lashes one has latex in it. I really don't know, so don't quote me on that, but this one has been really good, and I'm using another one of it right now too. Okay, so that is it for my empties. The bag is done. I hope you enjoyed the mini reviews and found them helpful. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will hopefully see you next time. Bye!